Right then, good morning from Cuchillería, Spain, where it's currently 9 degrees. I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions most British people have, is that Spain is hot all year round. It's not. But as I said in the last video, I'm going to be here for the next 10 days, although it's probably more like 7 now. And we're going to be visiting some of the places around Alicante to see what there is to offer, because most people just come here, go to Benidorm, go to the coast and see that, and that's about it. Now, about an hour northwest of me right now is the City of Knives. A place for the past half a century that's been crafting artisan blades for the rest of Spain, and it's also about an hour away from Madrid, and that city is Albacete. Honestly, today we're probably going to see more knives than a CSGO case opening video, and God knows if this video is going to get demonetized, but hey, we're here for the views. Right then, finish this coffee and then we're going to hit the road. Right, so we have arrived in Albacete, the City of Knives. Did you know it was called the City of Knives?
I didn't know.
Weird,
but I
isn't
knew
it?
that they made knives here, so...
Yeah, so the history, as far as I can remember, is that it goes back as far as the Bronze Age. Yeah, they've done a lot of metalworks over the years. It's the place where they've crafted artisan knives the past 500 years, so definitely going to be on the lookout for some weird stuff like that. It's freezing and it's windy. I think I should have brought more than a jumper. It's not like a big city as well, is it? It's all right for what it is. I think, you know, it's got a shopping centre, it's got a few attractions, it's well populated. I don't think I'll ever figure out the crossings in Spain though. I don't know when to stop, when I'm on a bike track, when I'm on a scooter lane, who gives way, who's got the right, when can I claim insurance? Look at that. Lovely old-fashioned kind of style. It reminds me a little bit of like a pirate style.
Yes.
Like
windows.
yeah, like a bit of navy. I mean, we're nowhere near the coast, but I think you've got Roman influence, you've got Arab influence as well from the Moors, you've got the more modern style buildings as well, so it just seems like every street's got a bit of everything, which is, I think you get a lot of that in Spain though, don't you? Yeah. Oh yeah, well, it's still got Christmas decorations up, although it's what? January 9th now. I like city centres that have got a bit of greenery about them as well. It's not just concrete everywhere. I think it's like quite a nice, you know, it's not a massive city centre, but you've still got enough space for some trees and a bit of life. You've got the modern side, then you've got the colonial side, and the big blocky government side, so you got a bit of everything. So I think first stop is to go to the Museum of Cutlery, which is the Museo de Cuchillerías, I want to say. I think it's like just up this street really. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, so you've got Jose Luis Cuerda, which is I think a filmmaker from Albacete, but I tell you what, some of the work on that, look. Gotta guess that's things from his films, like you've got some sort of general with a gun. There you go, just walking around, you get a bit of history. So I think this is it, just up ahead, that green building. So I think they've got a collection of over 5,000 knives and pocket knives and swords and all sorts. The problem is you're not allowed to film, and I don't really want to get a copyright strike and get involved in a legal case with the Spanish government on me second video. So I think I'll splice some footage in afterwards just to show you guys what's inside. But I mean, look at that, it's so unique. I've never seen like a building that green, sort of lime greeny, yellowy colour. It's that 19th century architecture style. Again, there's just so many different styles here. It's like a collision of everything, and I'm pretty sure you can see in the background, it looks like a church. So luckily, we were just speaking to the manager there, and he's allowed us to film and take photos in here, so I can show you guys what's in. I mean, we've literally just came in and look at all of these collections, all the different colours as well. And we've got some like really nice artisan blades. Like, I think there's a, is it a matador on there? It's a matador. You can see it's like the, it's a 3-piece, so you've got the first one where he's getting taken out by the bull, the next one where he's up in the air, and then the third one where I think he's being gored by the bull. If you look at the handles on these as well, and the actual carvings on the knife, wow, that is insane. So you've got this display here basically saying that it's almost like a lost art. There's nobody coming through to create these blades, so a lot of them are being imported, and it's one of the biggest problems for Albacete is you're kind of losing that history and it's not being maintained. So you can see here how it's gone so far back. You've got the Iron Age, and then you've got all of these knives and blades from the Iron Age, then you've got the Roman Age, and then you've got like the 8th century up to the 16th century. The only problem with this is that all the exhibits are in Spanish, so I am struggling here. So these are all the materials for the handles, and you can see it's like you've got deer antlers, you've got horns, all sorts of stuff that they're making these. What's behind here? Oh wow. So I found the hidden gems here, all kinds of stuff. I'm guessing these are all like gems and minerals that they've used. I mean, if you play Counter-Strike, this is everything you've ever wanted from a box opening. 300th anniversary there. You've got a shark knife there. You've got a foot knife there. One that's crafted in a dog. Oh, it's a bow, yeah, it's a bow. And then you've also got sort of dinosaur bone, because that's the other thing that's quite famous for. There's Paleolithic stuff and caves all around with cave paintings, but they're a bit too far from Albacete. So these are the calls that they make, and so this is the bike that, what was it again?
The man goes round with his bike and the sharpener, and he makes the call, and people coming at the knife sharpener.
It still happens today.
Still happens.
Literally like the ice cream man, but for knife sharpening. So remember this guy, because this painting we're going to see in a moment as well. I tell you what, on the outside it doesn't look that big, and then you get inside, absolutely massive. I feel like I'm getting lost in here. So I think they've recreated like a full workshop. Somebody here. You've got some of the famous artisan blade makers back here, and then I'm guessing this is their workshop. So you've got an anvil there, you've got a workbench, you've got grindstones. I'm trying to find the way out now. I think I've just stumbled into some photography exhibit. All I can think here is Eye of Sauron. I have no idea what it's meant to be. I do apologise for my lack of cultural knowledge of knives, but every day's a school day. Gracias. I tell you what, for a knife museum, I never thought it would be that interesting, and it helps when you've got a lot of visuals and there's a lot of cool things to look at as well. But it's another one ticked off the list I never thought I'd do. 24 museums, I didn't realise there's that many. It's not a big city. It's got everything that you need. I mean, most of it's just on like, you've got most of the sculptures just on this main strip, and then coming into the other park as well and further down. And then you've got most of the monuments as well, kind of through the town centre and across to the park. I think while we're here, we better have a little look at this. I think it's a cathedral, you know. Yeah. I don't think we can get in. I think it's shut, but I mean, here's the view from the outside.
Needed spiritual guidance.
Oh well, don't get it on a Thursday. Tell you what, now the sun's out, it's a lot warmer. I can start to feel it. No, it's shut. It's shut on Thursdays, would you believe it? Well, if you want to come to church in Albacete on a Thursday, you're out of luck. I think we've spotted a cafe as well, so right in direct sunlight. I tell you what, that's exactly what I want right now. Oh, just like that. Oh, it's lovely just to break up the day, have a bit of a drink, and then get going again. The sunglasses are out as well. It's 1:30 and it seems to be really quiet now. It was busy when we got here. So now I think we're going to go to the Pasaje, what was it? Pasaje de Londres? Pasaje. I don't know, we'll find out when we get there. Which is like this arcade that looks something out of Milan, honestly. It's pretty crazy to think that it's going to be in the middle of Spain. Yes, I'm going to guess it's this fancy building. It's very discreet if you think about it. So that seems to be where the arcade is, which just kind of looks like a random shop front when you think about it. Oh wow, yeah, this is definitely it. You can already get that sort of Milan vibe from it. High ceilings, brilliant architecture. And the fact it just seems so hidden in the middle of Albacete. Walk right past it and not give it a second thought. So you've got a lot of different cafes, you've got tailors, all sorts in here. It reminds me a bit of the arcade in Newcastle, actually. That kind of bit of everything, a bit of whatever. Yeah, a lot prettier than Newcastle. No disrespect. All the way up there, you've got really nice, that Gaudi style architecture, isn't it? And then just as you came in, straight back onto the high street, and you wouldn't think twice about it. Right at the Intersport. And there you go, you've got some knife shops here. All of these different artisan knives. Cuchillería.
I might have to get one of these €3 ones though.
I tell you what, these Swiss Army knives are brilliant. You've got key change as well. You've got Policía Local. Some big daggers. Big sword as well. I tell you what, I don't know why, but I expected them to be a lot more expensive. And then you've got Bossman guarding the way.
Cuerno de ciervo, algo así.
Ah, sí.
Eso es ciervo. Y esto es cuerno de toro. Ese sale 7. Lo tienes así, lo tienes así, y luego ya lo tienes en cosas así de maderas de olivo.
Sí.
De olivo. Eso tienes así de todo.
¿Cuánto es por esta?
Esa vale 15 euros.
15
La de la cigüeña 15 euros.
Vale. Okay, gracias.
What he was saying was the €3 ones were plastic, weren't they?
Yes.
That's why. So that's why they looked a bit too good to be true. One of the things I do need is a adapter that converts Apple Thunderbolt to USB-C. because I've got a really good pair of USB-C headphones that I want to use, but I can't use them because it's Thunderbolt on my phone. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything here, but I can't see anything. So you've got all of these, they're just cables, different adapters. I mean, actually, USB. Ah, yes, hang on, that is the one. €2.90 as well, it's not too bad. The problem is, I don't know what make that is, and I don't know how trustworthy it is. So I don't know if it's just worth buying one in a proper shop like a Media Mart. Yeah, I think it's better just to buy one in a proper shop like Media Mart. So we'll wait until we get there. So if you remember that painting in the museum that I told you to remember, this is why. So here he is in statue form. So he's got all of the blades, all the craftsmen. I think this is just like a generic craftsman statue. It's not anyone in particular, but there you go. One of the things I was a little bit worried about coming here was that they were all just going to be, oh, it's the city of knives, this and that, and we've got one museum and they don't hold it up. But it's very clear that they still do hold up that culture, and that exhibit that we saw that shows it's a dying breed almost, and everything's getting imported and they're losing touch with that history. I think it's a bit of a shame, so hopefully they can turn it around. That's where we just came from, the Pasaje Lodares, not the Palace of London like I said. You got Deposito del Sol, which I think was that main square. Over here you got the Teatro Circo, which I don't think we can go in because it's more of a theatre. You got the Museo Municipal, you got the bus station, I know that one, and Fábrica de Harinas, the flower factory where they make flowers. But we're going to head down that way anyway because there is quite a nice park, so have a little bit of a wander around. It's about 2 o'clock, so everything's shutting now, but it's reopening at 4:30. Parque Lineal, I mean, I thought it was going to be a little bit better. I thought it was going to be a little bit more green, but then again, it is the middle of winter, so I've probably not given it enough credit. But I think they do like to do that a lot in Spanish cities. They just kind of put parks next to big main roads, so it kind of takes up the pollution. Yeah, it's a bit of a break for the concrete, but I think Albacete in general reminds me a bit of a smaller Newcastle. Everything seems to be very close by, definitely in walking distance, and just had a look and there's about 150,000 people that live here. So yeah, I think compared to Newcastle where the city centre is purely for shops, there's not many people living in the city centre, so there's no need for something like this to, like say, walk your dog and get out and have a bit of activity outdoor. It's a lot, I think I mentioned before, like in Valencia you get a lot of this as well because you've got the dry riverbed which is all turned into parks and playgrounds and football pitches. That tree is absolutely bizarre. That just starts to grow up straight and then just decides to curve off at like a 45-degree angle. That is, I've never seen anything like that. I wonder why that actually happens. Over there as well, there's a few slanted trees. As you can see there's one that just kind of curves up and around. A lot of them are just growing on slants. It does seem like a natural process. So answers on a postcard. All right then, shopping centre detour. Death of the High Street in 4K here. Honestly, I need to stop coming clothes shopping because I need to realise 2 things. 1, my bag's already full, so anything that's going to go in, something's going to have to come out. And 2, I can't really be taking cotton stuff because I need it to dry quick, so it's mainly going to be like nylon and elastane. Not many places do good stuff like that apart from like sports brands like Nike and Adidas, which I've already got a load of. It's like I'm just in Primark now, looking around and I'm like, what am I doing? So this is one of the only problems I find with Spain. Problemito is that everywhere shuts at 2 and reopens about 4, 4:30, and there's one museum we want to go to and it doesn't open till 4:30. It's currently 3:30, so it's basically just a case of killing time right now. I mean, I'm currently looking at memory foam bath mats. For what purpose? What am I doing? Right, time now is 4:45. No, it's not. Time now is 4:15, which means the museum's opening in 15 minutes, so we can get ourselves across, check out this park as well, because apparently it's meant to be on the top things to do in Albacete. See if there's anything there worth showing. I'll tell you what, the sun's blinding us again, so sunglasses are coming back on. So the reason I wanted to see this museum is that it's actually got a Paleolithic exhibit. I think it's multiple floors as well, so I think there's 3 floors to it again. The Paleolithic stuff's quite interesting because that's like prehistoric civilization, and I know Albacete's got a few cave paintings and drawings, so kind of hoping to see something like that in there, but we'll see what happens. For all I know, it could be a load of tosh, but you don't go, you don't find out. Parque Alberardo Sanchez. So where are we? We are here, we are aquí, and we need to be ahí. First squirrel sighting. What's he doing? Nibbling the stone. Look at him, he's just nibbling the pillars. He's getting all of the salt off. Well, so according to Google Maps, this is a kid's playground. I mean, I don't know about you, but if I had kids, I would not be letting them play on this. Again though, you've got all of these curved trees. really curvy as well. It's not just a slight angle, it's like 30-40 degree angles, some of them. Honestly, I've got no idea why that's the case. It's got to be something to do with it reaching for the light, surely, because that's the exact reason why trees grow, but I have no idea. You know what, as far as parks go, it's definitely one of the better ones. It's absolutely massive, and there's a lot of open space as well. I think the problem I find with a lot of parks, especially in Spain, is that it's just a couple of narrow paths that take you down places, but you don't really get the openness. Right, here we are, Museo de Albacete, and it's opening right now, 4:30. So let's head in and see if it lives up to the hype that I've set it. I tell you what, it's an absolutely massive building from the outside, so I'm thinking, is it half museum and then half offices or something government-y, because that's what it's given me the vibe of. There's a map here, so you've got like a theatre, library, where's the museum? I'm guessing it's the second floor up here. How can we be in two places at once? So I think what we need to do is we need to go upstairs, and then all of the exhibits are up here. This is huge! As far as museum buildings go, this is definitely up there. And the best thing is, it's so quiet. I think we're the first ones in here since it's actually opened literally 10 minutes ago. So it looks like all of these structures are Roman, and they've managed to excavate them. Some have got like heads and faces on, some have got scriptures. It's crazy to think. Mosaics as well. I literally thought that was a carpet. I was about to step on it, so I'm glad I didn't. Locked up in a Spanish museum for defacing Roman murals. Not really on my bucket list this year, if I'm honest. I mean, that is insane. Does it say where it's from, or? It's from a Roman villa, and I'm guessing Balazote, which must be nearby, in the 2nd to 4th century. So it's actually a mosaic of Medusa, and I don't think you can really see it, but very clearly here, you can kind of make up the top of her head, but the entire middle part's been wiped out with her actual faces. Honestly, these mosaics are all over the floor. It feels like I'm walking on eggshells here. I bet you thought we were done with knife and blade content. Not yet. So we got some more knives from the 10th and 11th century, I think. Bronze and iron. Over here you've got axe heads, we've got longer blades as well. So here we go, we've got more Paleolithic things here. Guessing these would be used as tools. So you've got like arrowheads and sharpened, almost like razors, I guess. That's pretty interesting to see some stuff going way back before we were anywhere near being around. So if you think from 700,000 before Christ, you've got the inferior Paleolithical, which is I think before the lower. Then you've got the main Paleolithic from what, the 35,000 to 120,000 right at the bottom. And then you've got the superior, and then onwards up to modern day. Let's see what's around the other side then. As there's a lot of art here now, and I've already had a peek around the corner. And if I show what's around this corner, this video is getting instantly demonetized. Let's just say it's very good fine art. I think as far as museums go, my expectations were actually somewhere in the middle. They've probably been met. And at the risk of sounding so uneducated and stupid, but if you've seen one bit of pottery, you've seen them all. I suppose you could say that about anything. Well, I think that's it from Albacete, the city of knives. I think I've learned quite a bit today about the history and the fact that it goes all the way back to the Paleolithic, the Bronze Age, the metalwork age as well. It's not really an age, just the actual industry of metalworks in Albacete. But if you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. A few more videos coming from Spain in the next few weeks as well. I'll catch you guys in the next one.